Yes, people, welcome to the Shoestring Budget Podcast. Manchester United have been beaten by Arsenal today in what was quite an interesting game. Now, I know as well, I think me and Tom are going to differ on our opinions of that performance. So let's get this ball rolling. My name's JD, I'm the host today, and I'm joined as ever by my co-host Tom. How are you doing, bro?
Alright, even though we've lost, I'm alright because I think we deserved it.
Deserve to lose?
Yeah.
Let's get started then.
Especially all I'm saying is the last 20 minutes, they battered us, and it was our own fault.
Okay, so go into a bit more detail, because I can already tell I think me and you are probably going to differ completely on our views on today's game.
Well, I just think that, the game was going well at 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
We got our second goal, but then they were kind of they were okay with playing with the draw, even though they probably knew Arsenal were going to go for the win because they're top of the league, so they're going to go all out, push for that win, and we just could not cope with the amount of pressure they were piling on top of us. And he made Erik Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag got it wrong today, substitution-wise. I think he brought on Fred and Garnacho way too late into the game.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 20 minutes, they just dominated us, and they got the goal, which I could see was going to happen.
No, I can understand, and I do agree to an extent. Big up to Katie and Craig in the comments. Really sorry, Craig. I had a big technical issue, literally ready to go. Clicked start streaming, and it just wouldn't connect to my YouTube again, so I don't know what happened. I didn't even know if this would work tonight, but yeah, this one worked, and that one didn't. It was very, very annoying, so I'm sorry about the watch along. But, yeah, I understand, and I do agree with you to an extent, but I look at it like this. Arsenal are high-flying. They are top of the league. They are miles above us in terms of how they're playing, right? Yeah, Manchester United made it look so difficult, made it very difficult for them to break us down. They had tons of possession, but I can't really think of that many things they did with it. Like, I can't really think of many times.
Correct. You are correct. I'm just saying, I don't disagree with you. I'm just going from the last 20 minutes of the game, we just completely got it wrong.
I think we did struggle to
the constant pressure.
We did struggle with the pressure. Oh, I say we struggled, I think, but I do think we just sort of embraced it. I don't think we struggled. I think maybe that's where I'm like, I don't agree, because they threw everything at us. They threw absolutely everything at us, and it took a deflected shot and Nketiah to stick his boot out that won him the game. That is literally, that flick was the difference between 1 point and losing a point.
But you could see it coming, though. That's the thing, because they were putting on so much pressure and how close they were getting in certain chances, especially with Saka. Shaw was just letting him in on his left foot constantly.
I don't know. I just think I don't know. Like I said, I can understand in terms of possession, but what they actually did with it, even in that last 20, they had that one shot from Nketiah that should have been a goal that De Gea somehow saved, but that was scrappy. I can't think of anything else in that last 20 minutes where I went, oh my gosh, that came close. They had all the possession and they were moving the ball around, but I don't know.
Saka hit the post.
Yeah, Saka hit the post. Other than that, I don't know. I think we did really well today. I was really, even for the last 20, I think the last 20 was probably our poorest of the game, but I don't think it was woeful or anything. When you look at it like this is how I looked at it today. At 2-2, I'm thinking these are the top of the league players, team at the minute. This is the team that have only lost once this year, and they are struggling with Manchester United. Now, I'm super proud just to be in that position.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm disappointed or anything, because I'm not. To make Arsenal go until the very last minute to go and get their winner, and they've been absolutely slaughtering teams all season.
Yeah,
it's some good going, and it shows you massive improvement at United. But I just think if we maybe, I don't know, stay focused for a little bit longer, we could have actually held out and got the draw. I don't know. You know, it's a loss, but it doesn't feel like a loss in a way.
I know what you mean with that bit. I agree with that.
I'm just disappointed.
I think it was because it was a last-minute goal. Last minute,
yeah.
and it was like a crap goal.
Arsenal always get last-minute goals.
Yeah. If it was like, you know, they tried to score loads of times past us, or we'd been battered, fair enough, but I don't know, it wasn't that kind of game. I'm just so proud that we are where we are. I know, like, we are technically, 3 seasons behind Arteta. Arteta's had, I think this is his 3rd season now at Arsenal. Eric Ten Hag's first season, and we are going toe-to-toe with Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal twice. We came within a second of...
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, because Eric Ten Hag's come in, and compared to last season, we've got such high expectations now, already, of this season, that when it comes to games like this, we're thinking we should be winning them. When, you know, we are playing better football, and we're a better team, and it's one of, you can't expect to win every game. Yeah, we win against Man City, and you're like, oh, we'll go and win against Arsenal, because of them expectations that Ten Hag set, and where he's got us. The fans are expecting to win that game, but
yeah,
I think because we've lost it, it's a bit more disappointing than, say, if we had lost last season.
No, I get that. Just going to quickly pick up on some of the comments. K Dizzle's put, Garnacho should have definitely been brought on earlier, such a shame. Yeah, we were kind of screaming for him to come on, I think, at one point. I was just like, get him on now, let him have a run at him. And then as soon as he made the change with Fred and took off Anthony, I knew then we are going to play for a point. There was no way about it that we are playing for a point. Craig put here, we played pretty well considering we didn't have Casemiro. We felt that loss today. Like, that midfield looked so much weaker without Casemiro.
They were dominating. Arsenal were dominating the midfield.
Yeah. I think with Casemiro in the team today, that would have been either a draw or a win to us. I really do think that he was the big missing link there. Defensive mistakes cost us, as Ten Hag said. It's not good enough. That's from Craig. Phil's put here, we won't mention the deflection, and we missed a trick with not taking the game to them instead of soaking up the pressure. I agree. I wish Arsenal looked shaky at the back. When we were pressing them, I mean, we'll go over the play ratings very quickly in a minute, but Val Vaghorst today, he put them under so much pressure. They were making so many sloppy passes, and they looked like we could capitalise on their mistakes, but I agree with Phil. We just decided to play for a point, and maybe that is where Ten Hag got it wrong today. Maybe. And I feel like I'm being a bit harsh there.
One thing as well, Rashford, he impressed me today, but he also didn't at times.
Yeah.
Obviously, he impressed through his goal, because it was a great goal. And then other parts, you know, whatever. I just think with Rashford at the minute, he's in form, but he can be a little bit too greedy at times.
Tries too much.
I think that's what it is. I think because he knows he's in such good form, I think he just tries to take on everybody, and 9 times out of 10 he wins. But every time he picked up the ball, he kind of just started charging down the wing and trying to take on everybody. When it's kind of like, we know you can do that, but you don't need to do it every time. Just make it simple.
Yeah, no, I get you. It's just, I find it such a funny thing that we are in a position that we're complaining about these little losses and these little laps in concentration, when, like, last season we were having this week in, week out, and yet, like, the improvement is something that we should focus on.
That's why I said, like, if we had lost this game last season, then I wouldn't have cared, because I stopped caring a long time ago last season. Like, halfway through the season I didn't care anymore, whereas now every game feels like a must-win.
Yeah.
Every game feels like we are going to win.
But what a run Eric Ten Hag's taken these boys on, and all credit still. I mean, fair enough today, decisions were wrong. We were missing personnel, but when, like, on the face of it, we're going to the league leaders away. They're in the form of their lives, and it took a last-minute deflected, potentially offside. I mean, I don't know. I'm still a bit like, I haven't seen a clear enough picture.
They didn't even draw the lines.
It was like very snap decision, yeah. I haven't seen a picture that's convinced me that it was onside yet, but I'm not going to sit here and say offside goals, whatever. But that's what it took for them to stop Manchester United. And Eric Ten Hag's already come out and said it's not good enough, he's not happy. That is what I want my manager to be doing, and that's what I want my manager to be saying. Not, oh, we gave all our best, you know. I want him to come out and say, no, that was a game we could have won. I don't know. I'm feeling very blessed at the minute to be a Manchester United fan. When you consider the years that we've had. Cadis has put here, there was times Rashford should have passed the ball for definite. Yeah, I agree. We said that a few times. Let's do these player ratings then. This one's going to be slightly easier than the Crystal Palace one because I was livid after that game. But David De Gea, what are you going with, bro?
I give him a 7. He played solid. His distribution was a lot better today. We saw he was making a lot of passes out from the back. He made some good saves. He didn't really do much wrong, to be honest. But there was times where it was a bit shaky. I think it was like a couple of times Arsenal crossed the ball and there was no Arsenal players around him. He could have easily caught the ball, but he decided to punch it away and give it back to Arsenal. Yeah, you know what I'm on about, because as soon as he did it, I sat there and I'm like, why have you not just picked that up? Nobody was there. You could have picked that up. You punched it out and give it straight back to Martinelli.
I'm a bit mixed on De Gea because he made that wonderful save to stop Nketiah from scoring what would have been his second goal. But his distribution at times were okay, but there were so many times that he put players under pressure. Aaron Wan-Bissaka for that goal.
Go on, sorry, I'll let you carry on.
Oh, no, I was going to say Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we'll get to him, but he put him under pressure. Aaron Wan-Bissaka kicked the ball out for a corner, and then they scored like seconds after that corner. And it's like, that annoyed me. A little bit of his distribution today wasn't on point, but I'm going to give him a 6 for De Gea today. What were you going to say, sorry?
So I'm just going to put it out there. I did miss a bit of the game because I was out. So there might be some bits that you're talking about that I'm not sure on because I maybe missed about 15 minutes at the end of the first half and about 15-20 minutes at the beginning of the second.
No, it's all good. Phil's
I was on my way home and then I put it on as soon as I got back.
Oh no, don't worry. Phil's put here 5. Ooh.
That's a bit low.
What do you think of 5, Phil? Let us know in the comments. K Dizzle's put De Gea is a 6 for me, mainly for that save, to be honest. But otherwise, he was just okay, really. Yeah, so 5, 6s. You're going with a 7.
Yeah.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka now. Oh. What do you think, bro?
I think he's played well, as he has been doing. That tackle in the box. I can't remember what Arsenal player it was. It was towards the end of the game-ish. I think he did that scoop tackle thing he does. That was a great tackle. To be honest, it's one of them. What more can you say about Aaron Wan-Bissaka at the minute? He's in form. He's doing great. And again, we say every time when it comes to one-on-ones, there's nobody better.
See, I'm not sure. Did you see Arsenal's first goal?
I don't believe so, no.
So, Aaron Wan-Bissaka fell asleep at the back post. It was him that was marking Nketiah. And instead of attacking the ball, he left the ball for Nketiah to come and score at the end of. So, and it was also him. I'm a bit mixed on Wan-Bissaka because I don't think he was outrageously bad, but he cost us today. Here's a couple of mistakes cost us today.
Okay. Well, from what I saw, he was okay. Obviously, like I say, I've missed parts.
You missed, yeah.
I saw United's first goal. I didn't see Arsenal's first. I don't think I saw Arsenal's second, but I saw United's second and Arsenal's third.
Right, okay. We got some hot takes coming in here for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to go on record and give him a 5 today. I think... I don't think
the first goal, so I'll agree with you.
Maybe even a 4, to be honest. Like I'm struggling between a 4 and a 5 because he fell asleep at the back post. I do feel like half of that fault was De Gea with his distribution because he did give it to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka lost the ball, and I think then they scored pretty much on the back of that. So it was his fault leading to the goal, but also his marking that led to the goal as well. So, bit of a double whammy there. Let's have a look at some of these comments. K Dizzle's put Wan-Bissaka 6 for me. First half wasn't great. Craig's put Wan-Bissaka gets a 3. Craig's got an agenda. The low fanboy, isn't he? Woeful, other than a few tackles. Never ever say, oh, here we go. Never ever say he should start over Delo. Can't do the basics like controlling a football.
I don't know, did you not see me against Man City?
It was fantastic. Today was off. I thought it was good against Palace as well. Saved us, to be honest. We could have lost that game against Palace if it weren't for Wan-Bissaka. Yeah. Today was an off day for him, though. By the standards that he's set the last few weeks, today was an off day. Phil's gone with a 6, not at his best this afternoon. Big up to Pete as well, who's joined. Big up, Pete. I hope you're okay. Pete's United POV has put 7. Aaron Wan-Bissaka had a good performance. Struggled with Martinelli at times, but I still don't think he had a terrible performance. So mixed bag across the board for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This is why I like doing these streams, because everybody's got such a different opinion on some of these players' performances. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with him, but it's a one-off because he has been playing really well. Oh, Craig's gone the opposite and put he had a purple patch. When he's put under pressure, he can't do the basics. I disagree with that, Craig. I think today was a one-off. Based on what I've seen since he's come into the team.
To be fair now, in the season, we've got all the hard games out of the way.
Yeah, I think we've got Chelsea, Liverpool. Who else? Tottenham.
Hard games.
To be fair, we've got however many games we've got left. We have done well. But yeah, Pete's by here. Craig's love for Delo is unmatched. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like me with Luke Shaw.
Yeah, no, Luke Shaw can do no wrong. Raphael Varane, thought he was pretty solid, to be honest. Don't think Varane's a weird one since Martinez has come in. Varane is almost like, I don't know. He's just he's hidden. He just does his job and goes home. We always focus on Martinez or Shaw. We never look at Varane. Varane's just sort of there.
Yeah, I guess Varane just he's there and he kind of just does his job without doing anything amazing.
Yeah, he does his job really well, but he's somebody that, I don't know, just a weird one, but I'm going to go with a 7 today. I thought he was pretty solid, but again, I can't really critique his game because he just did what he had to do.
Yeah.
Other than conceding, what are you going with?
I'll agree on a 7. Like I say, he was there, he did his job. Same as he always is.
Yeah, just solid. Phil's put here 6. Solid in the middle, but struggled with pace. And K Dizzle's put Varane is a 7 for me. Always stays decent, to be honest. And Craig's gone with a 7 as well. Did what he had to do and wasn't at fault for any of the goals. Pete has also put Varane 7, solid. He's a leader at the back. You always get a solid 7 out of 8 or out of 10 from him. I agree. Lisandro Martinez, probably an 8 or an 8.5. Well, maybe I'm going to go with a 9.
I'd go with 9.
Yeah, probably my man of the match in terms of Manchester United players today. Stopped Granit Xhaka, I think it was, going through. Wonderful slide tackle. Scored the equalising goal to make it 2-2. Scored a header. Where's Carragher? Where is Carragher and Souness at?
I didn't even think about that.
Get them guys on this show. I want to have a laugh with them. Lisandro Martinez, my man of the match personally, and I think you said the same. So,
yeah.
K Dizzle's gone with a 9 as well. What a goal. Header for the shortest player. Man, where were all your your inch, people that were measuring his heights at the start of the season? Where have they all gone? Disappeared. My man battered Arsenal's defence. Craig's gone with a 9. The meter stick, this is it. The meter stick merchants can stay quiet and eat some humble pie. Man of the match. I agree, Craig. I agree. Pete's put 9. Man of the match. Absolute animal back there. And is a Vidic regen. Would put his head in most places where players wouldn't put
the guy's literally got a headband on, a big black eye, and he scores a header.
Vidic. Literally Vidic.
Yeah.
What a signing he's been. Unbelievable. Luke Shaw, Quickly, very quickly, Phil's put here 7 for Martinez, apart from the goal and a few tackles. Completely switched off. Wow,
What?
difference of opinions. Different opinions there again with Martinez. So, Luke Shaw, he had a tough game today up against Saka. Saka's wonderful at the minute.
I'm gonna give Luke Shaw a 6.
Yeah, I think so. I think
he did all right going forward. He did all right at times defensively, but Bukayo Saka just made it too hard for him. And the one thing that really annoyed me with Luke Shaw today is he kept letting the right-sided players, especially Saka, come in on their left foot, on their strong foot. He was constantly like backing off and letting them come in, and obviously I think that's where he was not as good today.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I think he really struggled against Saka. Something I thought he would deal with really well. I mean, Saka's in the form of his life. What wonderful player. It was great today for English football as well, having like a lot of English lads really performing well today. I think other than Martinez, the other goals all came from English players. But yeah, really exciting for England and for Arsenal. But Luke Shaw struggled. I'm going to go with a 6. I mean, you're the head of the Luke Shaw fan club, so if you say 6, I gotta stay with you.
I think he knew that as well, because I was watching the interview he did after the game, and he even said that Arsenal probably deserved it. Because, like, you know, they played so well. You know, they're in.
They wanted it more towards the end.
Form of their life. Yeah. That was my whole point at the beginning. They just wanted it a lot more than we did. They wanted to win. We wanted to draw, and it went their way.
Yeah, I get you. Craig's put here 5. He gave Saka way too much space, but was okay going forward. Shaw always so bloody present in the game, but he did struggle today a bit. So 6.5 for me, says K Dizzle. Peter's put here Shaw 6.5. He struggled with Saka at times. Didn't have to cover from midfield like he usually does, though, when Casemiro's in midfield. I agree. And Phil's put Shaw 6. Tried to follow Saka and failed. What a player Bukayo Saka is. First and foremost, what a player he's turned out to be. Scott McTominay, the one half of McFred. What do you think?
To be honest, I can't really remember seeing much of McTominay.
I don't know, I'm a bit like mixed on McTominay, because he had a shot in the first half that was a good save from whatever his name is, their lad, Bournemouth boy, whatever his name is. Ramsdale. I don't know, I don't think I saw much of him. Defensively, he looked alright, but there was a couple of times when he had an easy pass and he didn't play it hard enough. He's a very frustrating player, Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
Seeing already
it can be.
Some brutal comments coming in. The Ghost says K Dizzle taking over from Donny van der Beek. Phil's gone with trash. And, this one's from Pete, new name. McHide and Seek 3 does nothing, just hides. He must be Donny's long lost brother. 3's across the board at the minute. 3 from Craig as well. Was he on the pitch? He thought he was Casper the Bloody Ghost. Wow. I think it's difficult. I think I was going to go with a 4, but I mean 3s, 4s, still not great.
Same thing.
Same old. K Dizzle's gone with a 4. And again, he's going to go on the bench once Casemiro comes back for our next game. But it's a shame today. He could have stepped up. Phil's put in.
If we had Casemiro today, we could have actually pinched the win.
I think we would have. I think that was the difference today. Midfield was completely overrun. If we had more composure in that midfield, we'd be fine.
But that just shows where we're lacking still. Because yeah, we've got Casemiro, but we still need backups.
Phil's put here, looked like all he wanted to do was kill Arsenal players. And Peter's put, needs to go to Newcastle ASAP. I mean, I think he'd do well at Newcastle. I do think there's a good footballer in Scott McTominay. I just don't think he's at the quality of Manchester United. Certainly not like with what we're trying to do. If we wanted to just get top 4 every year, I'd keep him as a bench player, but I don't think for going forward, he's not what we need. And Craig's put we need a midfielder in the summer. We need a midfielder in January. Now, there is some stuff coming out with Fabrizio Romano as well. We're going to try and sign someone, apparently, in the dying days of the transfer window. That's come from Fabrizio. He's on the United stand tomorrow. Small plug there for the United stand, not that they need us. And he's going to be talking to Mark Goldbridge, so keep an eye on that one. Christian Eriksen.
Again,
I was
he played
disappointed.
all right.
Oh, go on.
No, I was going to say, I think he played alright, but nothing magical. It was kind of like the way he was in the Man City game. It was
yeah, we had different views on that.
Yeah, he was kind of there. He did a couple of things, but nothing game changing.
Yeah, just sort of present. I'm going to go with a 6 for Eriksen today.
Yeah, I agree with a 6 because I think what it is with Eriksen, we expect too much from him because we know what kind of quality he has.
Craig's put we're not getting a midfielder in January. Phil's put who? So the rumours I've seen, and again this has come from Mark Goldbridge, who's in touch with Fabrizio, is that we're looking at players like Isco on loan. There will be loan signings. I can't remember who the other one is, but Isco is one. We're meant to be looking at replacements for Donny because obviously Donny's out for the season, and we're looking for creative players who can come on. We are lacking creativity. We said that after Crystal Palace. We've got good players, but they just, I don't know.
One thing that annoys me at the minute is we've obviously signed Weghorst, but we're just not crossing the ball.
We don't play to suit it. It was the same with Cavani, bro. Cavani and Weghorst are very, very similar players in terms of how they press and play, but we just don't have the service for them. It's really annoying. But here we are. Craig's gone. Eriksen gets a 6. He tried, but it wasn't the right game for him. Got overrun. Isn't physical enough. I agree. And he's also said, I'm available if Eric needs me. We'll make sure he sees that, bro. He always watches this show, so you'll definitely get a shout out there. Pete's United POV has put Eriksen 5. The game passed him by a little. He needs a player next to him who can break the play up so he can thrive. Yeah, we always see the best of him and everyone else when Casemiro's playing. And Phil's put, past 2 games, he looks like he needs a nap. 5. He's been overworked. Let's be honest. Like, the amount of times you've said Eriksen should be benched just to give the guy a break. But he is so relied upon by Erik Ten Hag. He's like pivotal to his system. But yeah, I agree. He needs a break. He's overplayed, says K Dizzle.
Hopefully we give him a break when it comes to the semi-final in the Cup against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. I'm worried about that pacemaker, says Craig. That pacemaker needs a recharge. It's worrying considering, like, it's a lot for any normal player. But when you consider the fact that he has the guy died a few years ago. When you consider that fact, like, bloody hell. Dicing a bit. Bruno Fernandes, Captain Magnifico. What do you think today, bro?
Oh God, I don't know. It's so hard for me because I missed like pretty much like half the game. I don't know if from what I saw, he didn't really add too much. He was trying a lot of long balls that didn't come off, and it was just, I don't know. He was average today. From what I saw, obviously, you must have watched the whole game, and other people watching the stream must have watched the whole game. But from what I saw, he was average.
See, Bruno was everywhere today. It was typical Bruno performance. The thing I love the most about Bruno is he puts everything into his game. Very similar to Fred. That's why Fred has always been like a fan favourite, secret fan favourite, because he puts everything into his game. Bruno today, like, not much came off for him, which was a shame. But his work rate was up there. I'm going to go with a 6. But, yeah, it was a difficult one because I don't feel like he really got into positions to make a difference or... But that, again, that's the problem we've got is we're so reliant on Bruno. Take Bruno out of that team. Eriksen isn't as creative. Well, he is, but not as creative as Bruno. I don't know. It's a really difficult one. We are lacking so much creatively in that team. But
We have spells where we bring out some really, really nice football. But it's in spells, it's not constantly like Arsenal do it or like Man City do it.
yeah, we're not there yet. We're nowhere near there yet. And when you watch teams like that, not Man City as much this season, I think Man City have been really off it, but when I look at Arsenal today, just the way they go, like the way they move is just brilliant to watch. Like don't get me wrong, I hate Arsenal more than most teams. You know, that was the rivalry I grew up with. But I would much rather see these lads win it than City again. I would much rather see Arsenal win this year. And watching the style of football they play and the passion and the determination to win everything, I love that. And I think that's a good benchmark. And to be honest, they're not like a really horrible team. They're not like Liverpool, who, even though they're 10 points or 9 points behind us or whatever, their players are just arrogant. These guys want to win everything.
Yeah,
and I respect that.
You can tell there's a big team spirit in Arsenal, especially if you've watched the documentary on Amazon Prime.
That's a real eye-opener. I mean, Arteta comes off so well in that.
I loved that documentary.
Yeah, it was quite moving. I didn't think I'd like it.
Yeah, it was a great watch because I even watched the Man City one and not the Man City one, the Tottenham one. And the Tottenham one was great. I really liked that, but the Arsenal one was 10 times better. I haven't watched the Man City one because I have no intention of watching the Man City.
I watched 2 episodes and I turned it off. But a lot of love coming in for Arsenal, which again I think that shows as fans like this is Man United have got one of the best fan bases. We can at least say when another team's good.
I actually enjoy watching Arsenal this season.
They've been brilliant. Every game I've seen them play, they've been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and if there's one team that actually deserves to win the league this year, it is Arsenal.
Yeah, if Arsenal don't win it now, something's gone really wrong.
Oh, imagine if Man City win it or something. Oh, God.
I'd hate it. Tottenham shot them in the foot the other day, shot themselves in the foot. Absolute clowns. Craig's put here 6, not bad, not terrible. He tried hard and gave 100% on about Bruno. Phil's gone with a 7 for Bruno, workhorse. Pete's gone with a 7, worked hard and tried to make things happen and just didn't come off. I love the fact he's not afraid to make mistakes to try and make things happen. I love that comment, Pete. He gets so much stick for being like a long ball merchant or, you know, always constantly giving the ball away. But if that's what it takes, if you have to pass the ball forward 10 times in the knowledge that one of them will probably present a chance, go for it. We haven't got other creative options in the team, and I think he knows that. Craig's put here, Arsenal deserve to win the title, to be honest. I love the football they play. It's my type of football. It's beautiful to watch. It is good football. And I just love the passion from everyone at Arsenal as well. Like, I can't stand Arsenal. The fact I'm saying like good things about them, it annoys me. But
I think what it is, it's not the fact that we don't like Arsenal. It's the fact that they've got such a good young group of players who actually are in it full on. You know, it's in their heart and stuff. You can see it from them. Whereas Arsenal, we're hating Arsenal from a rivalry we had when we were kids. Maybe even younger. Because
Arsenal's decline really came quite a few years before ours came.
Oh yeah, because what it is, I think we don't like Arsenal as a club, but the players that they have, I really enjoy watching them.
They're good lads. They're good players. Craig's put, I hope City don't go on their ridiculous runs. Seeing them win it every year is boring. Pete's put, to be honest, they should have beat us at our place if we're being real about Arsenal. I don't know. I disagree with that comment, Pete. Arteta brought on
at Old Trafford. We did the same as we did against Man City. We let them have the ball, let them play the football, and we caught them on the counter.
And the thing is, Arteta made all them changes, and we just picked them off after that. Arteta lost Arsenal that game. I don't think they deserve to win that. And Phil's put, nope, you can't call yourself a United fan if you want Arsenal to win. No, I would rather. I'm not saying I want Arsenal to win. Like,
No,
I'm saying I would
we don't want
rather.
anybody else to win the league.
Yeah, like I can't stand City and I can't stand Liverpool. I hate them two more than I do Arsenal.
That's the thing, is City have no fans, and like the couple of fans that they do have are just they're all deluded and think that City are the best team Manchester's ever seen. And Liverpool fans, they literally suck off every single player they've got, even if they're absolutely shite.
What was the comparison we were told about in the group chat yesterday? Was it that when Trent retires, he will be the best right back the Premier League has ever seen?
Yeah, get out, bro.
There was another one as well, but that kind of delusion is very infuriating. And you see a lot of Liverpool fans like that.
They're all very, very delusional. They think every single player that they've got are the best in the world in that position.
It's annoying, really annoying.
Don't get me wrong, Van Dijk, he probably is one of the best defenders in the world. But then when it comes to people like...
Well, for one season.
Yeah. But it's like, it comes to people like, say like Nunes, for instance. He scored one goal against Liverpool. They signed him. Liverpool fans thought they had this world-class player. They still do, because he scores one goal in every 20 shots.
Yeah.
And they compare him to Rashford, but Rashford's a winger. Darwin Núñez is a striker.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I mean. When it comes to Arsenal, like, they've declined. They're on the way back up. Manchester United are on the way back up, and I think they'll do it in a quicker time than Arsenal did.
That's it. That's what it is. Arsenal fans have been through exactly what we've been through.
Yeah.
You go from winning everything to then declining. Your rivals winning everything, and now you're on your way back up, same as Man United. It's just Arsenal are quite ahead of us at the minute.
Well, they've had their manager in place. Like I said, this is third season, so... and Craig's put here, it depends on the rivalry that you grew up with. I don't like Arsenal, but it's boring watching City win it every year. I agree. There's nothing worse than them winning it year in, year out. It's like, come on. And Phil's put, it's only because I enjoy getting my kicks from watching Arsenal TV meltdowns. That channel, I don't even know if it exists anymore. It's rubbish this season. They've had nothing to kick off about. But, yeah, I agree with that, Phil.
Anfield Agenda is so much sweeter.
Watch Anfield Agenda if you haven't already with Craig.
That Paddy Murphy and Jonathan Morley, they're so deluded.
The way they go on, it's brilliant. I love Craig. Craig's like real, though. Craig's one of the most real Liverpool fans I've seen in terms of, like, he critiques hard. He goes in hard on the boys. And, yeah, it's funny that is. Right, Marcus Rashford. 7? 6? 7 for the goal?
I'll agree on the 7 because he got the goal. But I think, other than that, like I was saying to you earlier, I think there was times where he was just a little bit too greedy, and he made most things when he had the ball a lot more complicated than they could have been or should have been. There's a lot of times he could have passed the ball in, and probably made a second run to receive the ball back. But I don't know. I think every time he got the ball, he didn't ever look for a pass. He kind of just. I mean, he nearly gave away a corner kick. I can't remember what minute
that was daft. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
United trying to play out from the back, and then Rashford absolutely pouts it back at Martinez.
That was so odd. Yeah.
But I just think from Rashford, it was kind of the same as what we saw against Crystal Palace. He had his confidence is a bit. I don't know how to word it. He's just doing too much.
See, a bit of me, I critique him. I don't think he's doing enough. Right? I'm gonna say this. His defensive work at the start of the season, and even really over the last, to be honest, till it was about 3 games ago, that Man City game actually where he got injured, his defensive work was phenomenal, right? And I think that's what Luke Shaw missed today, having Luke Shaw and Rashford teaming up on Saka and the overlap. Arsenal had that overlap pretty much every time, because Rashford doesn't track back. Whether that's a tactical reason or whether that's because he is injured, I don't care what anyone says. That boy's playing with an injury. I think that's where I'm a bit frustrated with his game. I think he's
great. Don't get me wrong, this goal was a great goal.
Going forward, he's phenomenal. Yeah.
Absolutely mugged Party off, and then just it's a great finish.
But watch the highlights, and you'll see how many times it's Saka on Shaw. They never double up, and the overlap is on 9 times out of 10 for Arsenal. And I think that's why Luke Shaw was hesitant a lot of the times to go forward for Saka. He backed off so much because he was waiting for that overlap. But definitely check that out if you're one of these people that like watching the game again or like watching the highlights.
I will go over and rewatch watch the highlights because, like I say, I missed like 2 goals. So
yeah, but watch Rashford's defensive play today. You'll see what I mean. So let's have a look at some of the comments. Craig's gone 6 only because he scored. Other than that, he was poor. Phil said Rashford 7 came in and out of the game. Craig's put, I think he needs a rocket up his backside. I think he's playing with an injury. I'm so sure that he's playing with an injury. Because since that City game, his head's been down. Even second half in that City game, he was... Yeah, I'm sure. And I hope Sancho is ready to play soon. We miss Sancho. I'm really excited to see what he does with Erik ten Hag. Peach United POV 7 just because he scored, overcomplicating things in the last 2 games. And Craig's put Rashford sent Partey back to Ghana. No way he's better than Casemiro. I agree. There is no comparison between Thomas Partey that I saw today and Casemiro. There's no comparison. Like,
not even close.
There's nothing. Based on today's game...
We should not even be in the same sentence.
No. It's because he plays in the same position and Arsenal are doing well. That's the only reason Thomas Partey is being put in Casemiro's bracket. Like, stay in your lane, bro. Casemiro is lanes ahead of you. Just stay in your lane. You're doing well in your lane. Next to McTominay and them kind, you're not in Casemiro's lane, bro. But that's what I've got to say on that. Anthony.
It's just a bit boring today, wasn't he? Like he has been the past couple of games.
Anthony is so frustrating, bro. He's like Nani. I don't know who it was in our last stream or something, watch along. He's like Nani. Moments of brilliance, but so frustrating at other times. Like, he doesn't look after the ball enough. He's sloppy in possession.
I look at him every time he's on the ball and he runs forward. Doesn't like to take on a player, then he'll just pass it back. And other times, there'll be like maybe 4 times in the game out of the 10 that he'll have where he does a player in and then cuts in. He'll either shoot on the edge of the box to curl it or he'll go for cross it and the cross has got nowhere near enough height or power, pace, anything on it, and it just gets cleared away.
I think we're going to, and I'm going to put this out here now. I put it out last week. I'm going to put it out here again. We are going to see the best of Anthony when we see the best of Sancho. When Sancho comes back, he is going to push Anthony for that position, for that starting spot. And I think Anthony's going to fly. I really do believe that. Got some mixed scores coming in for him. Firstly, what are you going with, bro?
I go with a 5.
5. I'm going with a 5 as well. Now, Phil's put 5 as well, so we're all, me and Phil are on the same wavelength. Craig,
I can't even see the comments today. So.
Well, Craig has come in with a high ball. 7. He played well, caused problems, sent Gabriel back to Lille, which started the booing. He should have come off, to be honest. He shouldn't have come off, to be honest. And Peach United POV has put 6.5. Showed bits again, but doesn't do it consistently. This is why I love this show. Everybody's so different on their player ratings today. That's why I love it. Everybody sees something different in their players. But majority of us, 5s and 6s. Now, Wout Weghorst. Last but not least. I was impressed with this guy today.
From what I saw, I was impressed. He did a lot of tracking back to win the ball. The thing is, with him at the minute, it's not him necessarily, it's other players around him. They're not getting the ball into the box for him. That's what he's there for. And if we're not putting the ball in the box and giving him the crosses, he's got no pace. So you can't expect him to make an overlapping run through the middle. We kind of just got to get the ball into the box, and we just don't cross it enough. But today, like I say, he tracked back a lot, gave us the extra option in midfield, so he did well from what I saw.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching him play, to be honest. There was one chance that he was in the box and Scott McTominay passed the ball behind him, and it was like the one chance that we had with him, and McTominay of all people ballsed it up. But his pressing's good, his work rate's good. You can tell there was Bruno went up with what's his name now, Gabriel maybe early on. And Weghorst was straight away there to, big Bruno up. I like that, but yeah, we're not playing to his strengths. And
do you see Wout, if it was an option, as like a long-term replacement?
I'd have him as a sub. If we could get him for cheap, if we could get him for 5 mil, I'd put him on the bench. I think he's a good sub. But it depends on whether we can learn to play to his strengths. This is something that worries me about potentially signing Harry Kane as well. Now, I know they're not identical players, but they're not too dissimilar. I would say Harry Kane is closer to a Wout Weghorst than, I don't know, a Martial. Do you know what I mean? So, if we're struggling to link up with this man, how are we going to do with Harry Kane? Even though Harry Kane is a better player, but I'm a bit...
I've always said that I wouldn't mind Harry Kane.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Based on what I'm seeing about how we've played under, Cavani, very similar. Weghorst, very similar. I'm not saying they're on the same wavelength as Harry Kane. I'm just saying they're very similar moulds of strikers. But, yes, worrying one. Craig's put here, I don't like the Anthony criticism, saying he was average when he played well. Shameful, absolutely shameful. And then on about Weghorst, Craig said 6. I liked his link-up play, but he got no service. I liked his link-up, and I love the work rate. I really do respect the work rate. And Phil's put 6. Felt sorry for him not playing to his strengths. And Peter's put 7, held up the ball well, pressed like a mother trucker. We need to play to his strengths more. If we do that, we are gonna cook. And that is the player ratings. Manchester United beaten today by Arsenal by 3-2. Bit of a mixed reaction, mixed bag. We go again. We play again in a few days' time. And let's just bounce back. And I don't know. Don't beat yourself up about this result. It is what it is.
I was going to say, this result, I think we all kind of had a feeling it was going to happen. If it was against a team lower in the league that we should be beating, then I'd be fuming. But the fact that it's against an informed Arsenal, who are top of the league, only lost 1 all season, and they had to really work for that, I'm not too disappointed.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Craig's, did you do a rating for Fred? No, we only did the starting 11 here, bro. Fred?
I don't think Fred was on long enough to give him a rating, to be fair.
No, I didn't see too much of him, to be honest. But I think it took Arsenal to get a deflected shot with a little toe poke to win today. Look at it like that. We were hard to play against. And this is the highest flying team in the Premier League right now. And they struggled against us. Take positives from it. And a couple of good transfer windows. We're going to be winning that league again. Guaranteed. Thank you to everybody that joined in the comments. And big up to you, Tom. Thank you for coming on. I know it was last minute, so thank you.
And my big tech set up at the minute.
Nice. Good shoestring budget podcast, bro. We're covered. That's the name. But thank you to everyone in the comments, and we will see you at some point this week, and we've got a lot to discuss. So, see you on the next one, guys. Peace.
Peace.